Why do you think the war started, or rather, I would say, continued in Ukraine? And why the focus on Ukraine specifically? Because here lies the majority of souls. And the beginning of civilization, as I have seen, to be precise. If Kiev is there, then it's a bit closer, this way. Kiev region, so that was the very beginning of civilization. That's why everyone wanted to destroy us, so we wouldn't awaken. And that's why we have qualities that, thank God, have now indeed emerged, which are to be free. To have the will to be free, this is probably one of the greatest spiritual qualities at the level of our people. But every nation will go through its own trials. Let's put it this way. Why did everything start from Ukraine? Because here lies the souls. As a center of those souls, the greatest concentration. And when, for example, a year ago, I saw what was happening, I saw how a portal opened, I told you about it. I was also very impressed when, unexpectedly, it's been a year and a half now, a large number of Ukrainians came. Thousands of souls who are ready for awakening, and they were all Ukrainians. And it was simply an incredible divine fairy tale. It really is. And we created together a dome of light and the body of light of Ukraine. We have already created this in hindsight. And, of course, I saw that such a light portal was created. And these people, these souls who are ready to become light, they just went with me. They simply passed through this portal, and that's it. And the portal closed. This means that Ukrainians will not awaken in such numbers anymore. Just a few might come, individually, maybe, and that's not a fact. Because these processes happen very quickly on a subtle level. And thank God, light has triumphed in Ukraine. That dark energy, the old energy, the old structures, they will change and transform. Light is inevitable. They have no more options, and this will happen faster. And faster, because the more light we have in our hearts, the more united we are in the light. The quicker the old energy will transform, and the faster new beautiful events will manifest on a physical level in the country. And the Ukrainians, who have awakened and are awakening, have initiated these beautiful processes, fulfilling their mission, thank God, as primordial creators here on earth, on the planet, the pioneers of humanity, and finally activated their divine code, and they have engaged awakening. Of course, the rest of the Ukrainians who are not yet awakening, who do not think or feel, will either change or they will not change. But still, some will accept all the changes. They will change, while others will not change. Some will still play with the old energy, playing the role of a destroyer. Let's say a karmic provocateur. That is, everyone will play different roles, but the darkness will keep going further and further away from our land. And the cleansing, transformation will now specifically go to different countries. This means that I also want to tell you that, karmically, when this happens, this process on a subtle level will already be like an impossibility in Ukraine, an impossibility of a similar war. It is already becoming simply impossible for various reasons. Everything will happen with divine will. It is already happening. Even if it seems like something will continue, because transformations will begin there. Let's say there won't be anyone for us to do something. Including Russia, there is complete darkness, devastation, and division, and the poverty is such that it's just terrible what they have, and not just them. They will have many comic surprises that they also have to go through, and for their wickedness to be destroyed. And this awaits every country, because every country has karmically marked itself. Take any country, there are no saints. People everywhere are asleep. Everyone has done something. Everyone has created something, so now the answer is coming for every soul. After all these years, it's time for all of us to answer. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. So, no matter how unfair it may seem to some Ukrainians right now, that everyone else is living well in their own countries, while we constantly face this and that, don't act on these thoughts. Just be with God, because I am in Ukraine. I am with you. You need to know this too. Ukraine is in the light. No one and nothing can do anything in the world and on the earth anymore. It's impossible. The victory of light has already happened. It has already taken place. This is also a process that cannot be undone. And this land, this light, we just must not forget that. God is with us. That is the most important thing. Because, in our lives, when you are with God, no matter what anyone wants to do to you, you see that the truth always prevails, right? And then those people who wanted to do something to you just disappear. Something happens to them, and you didn't even do anything for that. Because it happens on its own. They create their own kind of karma. Yes, as I saw, when I asked the question, why did Russia attack us, and I saw how they are gathering karma. He is such a karmic provocateur. Boo collects this karma. I saw how he gathers this karma. It's all dark. They are gathering the essence. And there is Georgia, where they were, and in many other countries. And they were accumulating this karma. I saw that Ukraine is the last country. Well, they don't think that way, the last country, and they won't be able to engage in this physically anymore. It's impossible for them. And there will be China with them. And there will be nuclear strikes. A lot of things will happen. And I'll tell you right away, because many of you are worried about nuclear war, Ukraine will not participate in it. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. And our land, it's like an island of light of love. It will only become stronger energetically thanks to God, thanks to you, who constantly pray in the light and become better, because we are part of this land. The defenders who live here and hold the field of light, together with all of us. And of course, thank you to all those who are abroad and pray with us in one united prayer. And let's remember, dear sunshines, that light has triumphed, but the work always continues. We are constantly transforming karma.